Hello, my name is Bernie Gigas. In this short video, I would like to discuss proposed mitigation actions to address some of the 2021 Lake Ontario flood risk. We're looking at the Great Lakes Basin, and we're going to compare the levels of each of the lakes compared to long-term average. This is Army Corps of Engineer data from August 20th. Lake Superior is 11 inches above long-term average. Lake Superior flows into Lake Huron. Lake Michigan is 33 inches above long-term average. It flows through Lake Huron as well. Lake Huron is 33 inches above long-term average, and all that flows into Lake Erie, which is currently 25 inches above long-term average. All of that water is coming our way into Lake Ontario. Lake Ontario is currently 5 inches above long-term average, but that does not mean that we can relax for spring 2021. All of the water exits the system through Lake Ontario. We need to discuss the impact of the high flow coming in from Lake Erie. Lake Ontario inflow from Lake Erie will be high through at least spring 2021. We need to plan and act now. The spring 2021 flooding risk in simple terms: high Ontario Basin water supply plus high Ottawa River freshet equals flood. All the upper Great Lakes are high, so we have very high likelihood of high Ontario Basin water supply. No one has a forecast for the Ottawa River freshet, but in 2017 and 2019, when we all flooded, the Ottawa River freshet was very high. There is no need to panic, but we need to plan. What can regulation do for us? Important point: regulations cannot prevent all flooding, but we can flood mitigate. Here I'm plotting outflow from Lake Ontario in blue between October 2018 and September 2019 against the outflow in cubic meters per second. The red line is the navigation L limit. In fall, the navigation L limit dominates. It governs how much water gets let out, primarily. Over winter, in January and February, during ice conditions, the ice limit, I limit, dominates. After that, during the spring thaw, the F limit, protecting downstream riparians, dominates. And then finally, as we get into summer, the navigation L limit dominates again. So we go from L limit domination to I limit domination, then to F limit, and then to L limit again. Here's the same plot. I've now added Lake Ontario level in orange from, again, October 1, 2018 through September 30th, 2019, plotted on the right-hand side, and I've added the flood level of 247.3 feet on Lake Ontario. That number comes from Eberhard, Rassam, and Duckstein from 1995. It's not so important whether it's 247.3 or 247.4 feet. What's relevant is that we spent a lot of time above that. We had opportunity in 2020 hindsight to let out more water during the fall of 2018. We had some opportunity over winter with the ice limit to let out more water. That was limited, but in 2020 we had good opportunity for that, and that was actually done. We had additional opportunity after the ice broke up, and we could let out more water before the Ottawa River freshet started. And once the Ottawa River freshet started and the F limit kicked in, we need to find better balance. The steepest part of the rise on Lake Ontario is during the F limit protection. And then finally, if we do get to flooding, can we go above L limit plus 200 cubic meters per second to bring the water down as quickly as possible after flood events? Here are my proposals for immediate action. 1. Maintain the L limit for navigation until September 30th. That allows for Lake St. Lawrence boat haulout. 2. Operate the L plus 200 cubic meter per second flow from October 1 through December 31. That's the end of the navigation season. 3. Operate under 2020 winter deviation rules. which means that we should respect the I limit for ice, but operate up to the first tier F limit at 22.1 meters from January 1 to February 28th, and operate at the second tier F limit at 22.2 meters from March 1 to March 31. Finally, operate the F limit during the spring freshet on the Ottawa River as prescribed, but once we surpass criterion H14, increase the F limit top tier of 22.48 meters by an equal amount that Lake Ontario is above criterion H14. That's all about balance. Points 1, 2, and 3 have precedent. Point 4 is a balance between riparian interests upstream and downstream of the Moses Saunders Dam per criterion H14. In summary, we can mitigate flood risk or impact with sound regulatory practice. We cannot avoid all flooding, but we do not need to panic. We do need to implement the simple actions that I'm proposing soon in order to be best prepared for the potential of significant flooding in spring 2021. Thank you for your time.